right, so the car did get dynoed last time in Florida, but now the altitude is like 5,500 to 6,000 feet. And I knew this coming out here, so I debated on dynoing it one more time out there. But the car has been driving it great out here. I've driven it to work, driven to Cars and Coffee, which I did this morning. But I have a track event coming up on March 20th, and I'd really like to attend that. And I got some other things I'm doing to the car, which you'll see later. But I'd like the tune to make sure it's just squeaky clean while we're out here. So I just changed some spark plugs with some new 4644s. So that's all changed. Grabbed them at 30 like it's always been. Emptied the catch can, which really had nothing in it. Just a little bit of that. And here's the old plugs. This would be 4, 3, 2, and 1. They all look overall pretty okay. So out here I got recommended to go to Eric at SQC Tuning. So that's where I'm going to be headed. And I'm just going to give him the, it's not, again, we're not going for power. I mean, let's not leave any meat on the table, but overall goal is to be as safe as possible so I can beat this thing up around a road track. Well, here's the beautiful view. We are driving to the dyno now as opposed to trailering it the 2 hours I normally would. There's actually a reputable guy in the city, so that's a huge plus. Get a little view here. Brand new spark plug, so I bought a second set in case he's, wants me to also change those out at some point, but so there it is. That's just a pull that he did, and it came out to 12.5 pounds on data, but it read 12.7 on actually, the dyno itself. That's what it made on that, and you can see the torque's a bit higher than what the other dyno used to read, and the power's 349.32. So we're just making some adjustments, and we're gonna go. That one was basically the same boost level, really?
Yeah, same boost.
Just made quite a bit more power?
No changes.
Okay. This one from 3. Okay, no, not picky, just kind of intriguing. Yeah, I mean, the fact that I went from 349 to 376 at the same boost would just clean up some fuel. And 2 more pounds of torque got it. Did there. Ever had any poppies? 337, there we are, 242.
That was really rare.
I got you.
That has a lot less time.
Okay. Again, safety is kind of, the main concern. It's slowly making slightly more boost time.
This is our original connect, right?
Yeah.
This is me winging it out. But
Yep.
This is me with like the same fuel, but less timing now.
Okay.
But for sure, I mean, it's still, what, 16 horsepower above. But
Yeah, what it was.
well, we're like 16 degrees instead of 21 degrees.
So way safer.
I'd like to put a plug in and look at it real quick on the next truck.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll make an assessment whether I want to run more timing or not on this.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a meth map with more boost and timing.
Okay.
But with the meth.
All right, so we just pulled number 3 plug, changed it with a brand new plug, regapped it to 30, and we're about to do another pull, just kind of check it and see what it looks like in comparison to the other plugs that have already been in there. The car is doing quite well, I would say. This last made 366 on like 12.5, 13 pounds of boost. So we'll see where we go from there. See what that was. We kind of let the car just sit for a couple of minutes. I think we're going to go to meth here in a minute. All right, so actually that pull was, he kind of moved VTEC around, so I think he's gonna move it one more time, see where it sits, and then after that, we'll get to the meth stuff. We're basically gonna make the meth switch a high boost setting. So I think we're gonna sit at like 13 pounds on 91 octane, making like 350, 360, and then we will, again, put meth and see what we can get it up to. Well, first meth pull, let's see what happens. I don't remember if he changed the boost duty or not, so we'll see. Damn. 390.49 and 284. That was 17 pounds. Okay. Alrighty. I was gonna say, I didn't want to holler, but I mean, it engaged, and I saw a little light up, and I think it went down to like 90 something. Yep. So I mean, it definitely
doing good.
So I mean, if I can be on the road course, you know, and again, not doing a full pull like that, obviously, but you know, with it kind of just randomly splashing and blipping, I figured that would help, you know, just overall cooling. That and a mixture of the, you know, the hood vents and everything. We'll see. Time will tell. But does it hold like that 17 pounds all the way out, I guess, or it kind of drops off at the top? That's what it used to do, at least.
I'm sorry, say again?
Does it hold boost all the way to redline? It used to kind of start falling at like, I think 73-ish. Not bad. I mean, I didn't care. It just is what it is. If it's on there, I guess I could see too.
Yeah, about 73 it falls off.
Okay. And I know it's just the turbo's not, I mean, the high revs is not really a fun with. But I mean, based off that, it's making similar powers it did in Florida. The only difference is meth and no meth, really. But again, as you said earlier, I mean, the octane, the altitude. And I don't mind driving with meth on, it's not a big deal. Because essentially, right, if the lean cut stays on, if the pump for whatever reason is not injecting, the map would, in theory, would lean the fuck out.
Right.
And my car would just fall on its face. All right, so first and foremost, I just want to thank Eric at SQC Tuning. Phenomenal job tuning the car. We'll get into him in a second, some further stuff. And second, I want to thank Greg at Grow Auto Works. Greg, if you're watching this, I know we had a conversation a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point. And I was debating between a Craftworks kit and essentially just, going with something that you built. And we discussed what I want to do out of it, and we came together and chose, I guess, the 2871R. That turbo, I think, is the absolute perfect size for this turbo. I know people are in it for huge horsepower numbers, and if you actually watched all the video, up until now, I think the car makes phenomenal power for a 2,000 pound car. My car weighs 2080 with me in it. I think is what it weighed last time. This is plenty power for the chassis, in my opinion. It is a blast to drive on the street. So enough of that. Eric asked again the same thing. What do you want to do? Similar to what Adam asked me at Florida. I told him I've done some autocrossing with it, drag strip, drive to Cars and Coffee, just an all-around car, drive it to work. But I have a road race event coming up, and there's a track out here by me, which I'm really excited about. So safety is my main priority. So we went from 93 octane to 91. I went from like 100 feet above sea level to like 5,500 out here. So a lot of things are changing. My wastegate pressure made about 8.5. Now it makes like 6.5. So automatically I'm not gonna be able to push the boost level as high as I could in Florida. And I knew that going into it. So, but again, peak power numbers was not what I was after, but I didn't want to leave any meat on the table per se. So Eric felt comfortable with, I think it was like 350-ish is where we sat on low boost on 91. Low boost, I think it was like 14 pounds, which is really kind of, sort of close to the high what we ended up going with. But so we can cruise around on that. And then now my mess, which we kind of we activated it to the high boost tables. So boost by gear is set up as it was before. Except I set it up last time. Now here, Eric set it up for me, and I'll admit he did a much better job tuning on the street versus myself. The car pretty much dead hooks in second, and a quick transition from second to third. The thing just eats. It's phenomenal. With the meth, it likes to just roast tires. It is what it is. It puts down a bit more power, and that little bit more power, it just spins. That being said, the car is not like an on and off switch. If you look at the dyno chart, it is literally like a big NA car. So it doesn't just slow lag, and then just roast them. It starts to roast them as the RPMs go up. Torque curve is beautiful in this thing. I am super happy with everything about it. The drivability, it was good before. I will say the only thing I ever had an issue with before was sometimes if I'd get in and out of the throttle like rapid really quickly, and I only noticed it like on the autocross track, sometimes the car would sort of take like a quick little jolt. I'm not sure what he tweaked, but it does not do that. Eric did start over. It's kind of like art, he not anything against the last tune, but he just wanted to start with what he wanted, fresh, and go from there. So again, I cannot thank him. If you are in the New Mexico state and you look at SQC Tuning, Eric is phenomenal. I highly recommend him. And for those that maybe caught some Instagram stuff, or maybe I said earlier in this video, I don't know. There is an event at Sandia Speedway coming up on the 20th of March. It is not a time attack. It's just kind of like a free-for-all. We get to just kind of go, maybe we want to do 2 laps, park, or it's just going to be a good, fun day. Just practice, essentially. So what I'm going to do in the upcoming is I have another hood coming. That hood I'm going to pretty much hopefully cut like a vent out around here, a little vent out up here, and I may actually just run hood pins on that spare hood, connected to the headlight housing. That being said, when I go to put this hood on, I'll just remove the studs and I'll kind of just mark where everything's at. So whenever I go to run that hood. If you watch previous videos, I have 2 other bumpers. I never got rid of them when we moved out here. I'm going to see which one I can make look the best and put it on the front. The idea is I want to be able to get as much airflow to the radiator as possible and as much hot air exiting out this engine bay as possible. This valve fan I have is a champion. It does a phenomenal job, keeping the car cool. And it did great at autocross. That being said, I don't know how well it's going to do on a road track. The autocross event that we did, average was like 45-second laps. Let's just say, do a lap, cool down for about 40 seconds, and go back again, back to back. I got told here at Sandia, if you're doing a minute 30 lap, you are booking it. So let's just say I'm not booking it, because that's probably not going to happen first time out. Let's just say minute and 50, 2 minutes. The time attacks when they do them is 5 total laps. Warm-up lap, 3 times, and a cool down. So I would like to be able to make 5 hot laps in this car if possible. No, the car is just super set up for what it is. And I know I'm working against all odds with this half-size radiator. But we'll see. Time will tell. Enough rambling for now. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments. I love talking to people. And if anything, if you want to talk more immediate, find me on Instagram. It might give me a second because I don't always check the message requests. I try to, but it is what it is. So again, I appreciate everybody for watching. I think we just passed like 1,700 subscribers, so super cool. I appreciate everybody for following this. I'm not stopping. And for the autocross, if you enjoyed those videos, hopefully, as long as this car can go, Sandia should be a much better video. I have a second GoPro, so I got a little more ideas for footage and things to come. So again, appreciate everyone. Check out the next video.